The following is a presentation of UFF Sports and the Ultimate Fantasy Sports Network. In the Monday night main event, two former players coach their loaded legend rosters head-to-head under the bright lights. NFL and CFL veteran lineman Garrick Jones patrols the sidelines for FanCentric Frenzy versus Pro Bowl defensive back Walt of the Originals. Which of these teams will climb above 500? We're about to find out. It's the Frenzy versus the Originals right now on the AFLL Game of the Week. Welcome everybody. Andy McNamara alongside Dan Espositio. Yes, we wrap up week 7 already. Week 7 in the American Football Legends League Game of the Week. And Dan, hey, we're in for a treat today because we have two former NFL players coaching head-to-head, and each of these teams started the season slow but have really come on hot lately.
Yeah, I mean, we're almost near the halfway point of the season, and it seems like a couple teams are starting to emerge. And when you have a couple NFL players going head-to-head against one another, it might set the stage for what we're going to see later in the season. Obviously, they're doing they've got a lot of coaching. They've got a lot of experience playing football. So let's see if it transfers into today's game.
And our halftime guest is one of the owners and coaches. It's Garrick Jones of the FanCentric Frenzy. So make sure you stay tuned at halftime for that conversation. Of course, the great Walt Harris, former NFL first-round pick and Pro Bowl defensive back. We all love Walt. Walt Harris is the owner and coach and player. He drafted himself. He's playing of the Original. So that's always fun, Dan. Walt going in. I wonder if he can coach his video game self up. I don't know how that works.
Is he a starter or is he a backup on the team?
You know what? If I was, I would put him as a starter. It's a Pro Bowler. Get him in there.
Right. Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
We're going to see how that goes. But, Dan, I want to know your keys to the game in the expose.
Yeah, it's really interesting because I'm looking at the rosters here. And, expose, the key to this game might actually come down to the tight ends. The OGs only carry one tight end on their team, and this limits the amount of offensive schemes they can run. Now, it shouldn't prove too problematic if Frenzy doesn't blitz, but if we give Drew Brees enough time, he can pick apart most defensive backfields. But we know that blitzing is an integral part of this game, and the team that blitzes a lot gets a lot of pressure on the quarterback, and we see a lot of drop passes. So OG does have a decent offensive line, but FanCentric Frenzy, let's say that 7 times fast, has the Minister of Defense and Mr. Flower Power, Merlin Olsen. OGs may need that additional blocker to handle the pass rush, and without keeping an additional tight end to block, Drew Brees could see a lot of pressure. So tight ends may be the key to today's game, and that is my expose.
Going to be really interesting to see how these two minds, these two NFL players go head-to-head, like I said, coming on strong. So it's the Originals at home hosting the FanCentric Frenzy. Let's get to it. All right, everybody, here we go. FanCentric Frenzy versus the Originals, a sold-out crowd in OGB Stadium. I'm Andy McNamara alongside Dan Espositio. Dan, let's see what we have going on today. It's the Frenzy in their all-white uniforms versus the all-black, red with gray trim Originals.
I'm really excited to see how this game's going to develop, see how those tight ends play today.
All right. Well, Randall Cunningham under center. Now, the backfield, Ollie Madsen, who was just a terror last week. He was the running back top performer of the week, and right away, James Warrior with the sack on the first snap. A hot start for the Originals. But Cunningham gets taken down by Farrier. He's under center again. You have Ollie Matson, like I said, and Marcus Allen in that backfield.
Hot 6.
Andre Reed and Joyner, the wideouts. Pressure coming over the middle, complete to Reed, and it's a first down. They get 14.
Andre Reed out of Kutztown State, one of my rivals from Millersville.
Flag on the play, right sideline, and Smith will drag it in, but it's a holding call on Richmond Webb. So that's coming back.
Getting a little handsy there.
A little handsy. Okay, we've seen Randall Cunningham struggle early in the year, Dan, but start to come into his own a little bit more. We'll see what he can do here on this 1st and 20.
He's a real tough guy to take down.
Stands tall in that pocket, right sideline, going back to Smith. It is complete. Jackie Smith, the tight end. Like you said, Dan, tight ends could be the story today.
Yeah, Jackie Smith's an interesting story. We'll get into him a little bit throughout the day.
2nd and 15, I formation, pitch left to Matson. Matson with 3. 3rd and 12. We'll see how the running game progresses in this game. It's been a fantastic week for the running backs and pure rushing on the ground in week 7 of the AFLL. We've really seen that rushing attack league-wide get stronger and stronger, as is this pass from Cunningham. Jackie Smith, he's pulling away over the top, and he will not be caught. Touchdown, Frenzy. Wow. Jackie Smith. Whoa, just like that. And the Frenzy are on the board.
Wow. Well, let's start with our first little tidbit about Jackie Smith today. Started out his high school career as the clarinetist.
Now he's a clarinetist? Really?
Yes.
Okay.
He played his school band his freshman year. I think we've told similar stories about a lot of players so far this year.
Little rhythm there for Jackie Smith. All right, he was in full sync with Randall Cunningham. Let's see how the originals respond. Drew Brees, one of the all-time greats, as we know. One of the newer legends, James Lofton. Herman Moore on the outside, the backfield. Earl Campbell and Priest Holmes. And, of course, Dan, you mentioned it. Oh, boy, that front line, that front D line for the Frenzy is ferocious. We'll see what happens here. Brees, the heat's coming. He got it away. And just in time got it away. Ooh, incomplete. That is quite a foursome. Reggie White, Curly Culpel with 15 sacks and was one of the top defensive players of the week. Last week for week 6, 15 sacks. Merlin Olsen and Jack Youngblood.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
oh, the heat's coming. Flag, though.
Yep.
Brees taken down, and it's a penalty. It's a holding call on Wayne Hawkins. 3rd and 20. Wow.
Reggie's going to be tough to contend with today, I think.
Smart play, though, Dan. I think coming out of the shotgun. Give yourself a little bit of time, but it's not enough time by Drew Brees. Reggie White, the minister of defense, at the pulpit, will force him to punt. A timeout from the originals, an early TO. As they'll get ready to punt out of their own end zone. Ron Stark. Big legs in this league, Dan, of course, with the all-time great. So we'll see what Stark can do on this boot. I don't believe we've seen a blocked punt yet this season. Or field goal. I don't think. And we see some strategy here, Dan, early on, just on the first punt out of the end zone.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing here. I think maybe they didn't call their defensive formation. May have lost their down and distance here. I don't think they didn't have a punt returner back there.
Ah, there you go. 4th and 29. Stark with the hoof. And it'll be at the 36. And it's Marcus Allen taking it back. Little juke there to the 45. Great field position for the Frenzy, who are up 7-0 in the first. Make sure, folks, you're following. Give us a follow on Twitch, our new Twitch channel, Ultimate Fantasy Sports. Lots of great content coming on Twitch TV, so watch that on Twitch. Ultimate Fantasy Sports. Cunningham. From their own 45. Drops back. Right sideline again. Oh, Jackie Smith, another first down. Dan, they're seeing something they like on that right side.
Yeah, it looks like OGs came with a blitz, but Frenzy picked it up real well. Cunningham able to get the ball out.
Both running backs out. Whoa, Cunningham just got the ball away to throw it. As Michael Dean Perry, one of my favorites growing up, Michael Dean Perry was right on him. Under center again, you got Allen playing the fullback role. Ollie Matson, one of the top performing running backs this past week. Leading. Oh, and Randall just held the ball too long there, Dan. Nothing open. Great coverage by the Originals.
Yep, looked like they had really good coverage in the defensive backfield.
And that's Walt Harris, what he did in the NFL, so no surprise that he has some lockdown corners, including himself. 3rd and 10.
Check.
2 wideouts to the left, Reed and Branch. Cunningham slings it to the right, some room. Yep, and the chains get moved again. Cunningham and Jackie Smith combo. The Originals don't have an answer right now.
Yeah, I mean, nobody covered him there. Maybe the linebacker blitzed and the safety, but he was wide open with not a player anywhere near.
Check west.
Going back to the same formation, Jackie Smith on that right tight end side. Reed and Branch on the left. Cunningham standing still. Intercepted! It's intercepted! Keith Brooking with the INT, and the Originals get it back. Dan, they learn, they watch, and the frenzy went back to Jackie Smith one too many times. Originals ball. They take over from the 35, but oh my. Reggie White. Oh, Dan, Reggie White's in fine form today. Woo.
Yeah, seems like he's playing him at the defensive tackle position instead of the end position. I got to see where he's got him lining up the rest of the game here.
Maybe he saw a matchup that he liked on the offensive line to exploit and moving Reggie along. Whatever it is working. And you got 6-man front there. Breeze, more pressure. He just got it away. Wow. 3rd and 20. But Dan, they're just bringing the house. They're just overwhelming and forgetting about coverage. They're just sending everybody on Drew Brees. He's at a shotgun. Whoa, and he sidestepped. Nice sidestep to avoid the sack, but he had to hurry and throw it away. Earl Campbell was coming out of the backfield, but it's over his head. 4th and 20, and the Originals will punt, so no harm done on that turnover. Ron Stark, the other big boot to their own 25. There's the great Marcus Allen. Sidesteps to the left, picks up a few, and let's see what the Frenzy can do, who are up 7-0.
Check.
They're really liking that set there, Dan, where you got the under center, the 2 running backs going deep, going for it all, and to Jackie Smith got it. Jackie Smith with the one-hander beating Steve Atwater. What a chuck by Randall Cunningham.
Mississippi. Check west.
And they're just staying with that same offense.
Yeah, you know, it's
right to the 2 and touchdown! Andre Reed from that far left wideout spot, cut across the middle, and it's another major for the Frenzy.
Andre Reed, he is him and Eric Moulds, who plays, I think, on the other side of the field here, are both in the Buffalo Bills all-century team as receivers.
Eric Moulds as well. Oh, okay.
Yep. Eric Moulds a big receiver, 6'2", 225. So let's see if he can get involved in this game as well. Get a lot of Buffalo Bills representation here today.
That's right, yeah, and he's on the Originals, as you said. Shane Graham kicked the extra point. Get ready for the kickoff here, as it is 14-0. Reminder that our halftime guest is Frenzy's head coach and owner of FanCentric and the FanCentric Frenzy, Garrick Jones.
Yeah, Garrick can't be too happy with the way the game's going so far. See if he can rebound here second get a couple scores.
Yeah, Garrick's feeling pretty good, up 14-0, and we'll see what Walt Harris can do on the original side.
The other way, yeah, I had the captains mixed up here. It's tough when you got so many NFL guys in this league.
I know. That's half the fun. That's right.
Yeah.
Yourself as well, of course, owner of Heroes FC. All right, see what the originals can do. The OGB's Drew Brees, heat coming again, double. And Eric Moulds, hey, you just mentioned him. Moulds with the reception, a gain of 2. But, man, Dan, they are just, the Frenzy are just collapsing that offensive line. They're just sending everybody.
Yeah, it's really difficult to get the ball off. I mean, Drew Brees got a quick release, so you can get the ball out. Hopefully they can get some matchups on the corners to break some of these receivers free, but it's going to be tough if you got those guys breathing down your neck the whole game.
Out of the pistol, Breeze. Oh, wow. And Curly Culp, again, 15 sacks a week ago, picks up another right in the middle. 3rd and 15 from their own 20. Dan, I'm wondering, now, what about like a pit in this situation? You're bringing so much pressure. Would a quick pitch out to either side to maybe get an edge?
If you had linebackers that were coming in on the blitz, but you've got defensive linemen coming in doing this, so you're not really gaining anything by getting a toss out to the right because you're going to have those linebackers flowing as well. So
they're going to be right there.
I don't know how you're going to counter this defense.
Well, Reggie White with another sack. Marcus Allen, whoa, he was speared there. So these special teams tackles are just so ferocious. I love them. I love watching it every week. They're just reckless abandon by these legends. And now we have the Frenzy leading 14-0. 8:09 left in the first quarter. We got Randall Cunningham, Jackie Smith, of course, the tight end. Cliff Branch, Dwight Clark, Charlie Joyner. And they're sticking with the exact same formation. And, Dan, it's been working, so why the heck not? They got the 2 wideouts. I would stick with it. Yeah. You got Reed on that far side just scoring the touchdown. Gosh. Oh, it's open, and it is caught by Jackie Smith, taken down at the 30 by Lawyer Malloy. Jackie Smith behind the defense, having a day, and now they're out of the I formation with Ollie Madsen in the back. Marcus Allen acting as the fullback. Pitch to Madsen. Madsen after a gain of 2.
Yeah, I'm really going to have to watch that tight end matchup on the right-hand side and see how he's getting so wide open because I've got Gonzalez on my team. I have not been able to get him open downfield much at all this season. Just first game maybe, but since then they've been locking him down. Let's watch him this play.
So see some scouting. And you see Smith going deep, but instead he goes to Reed over the middle as the double coverage was on Smith. Left Reed in single coverage, and Andre Reed, the Hall of Famer, with his 2nd touchdown of the day. Wow.
Yeah.
Frenzy striking quick. Shane Graham with the point after. That's good. And it'll go back to the originals. And, Dan, it's not even so much that you can necessarily even blame the originals' offense. They just, out of shotgun, pistol, center, whatever, there's just too much traffic in their face.
Yeah, it's going to be a very long game if Reggie White can't get stopped. I think, what I have to do sometimes in my games is keep that extra running back in to block. Instead of putting him out on pass patterns. But then that takes away from the receivers' routes and it closes things up a little bit.
Whoa! Hey, maybe the running game. Earl Campbell ran right through, I believe that was Jack Youngblood, ran right through him and had a nice gain of 5 second and 5 to some success on the ground for the originals. Is that something we could see more of? Drew Brees out of shotgun on the right hip. There's Earl Campbell again. Earl Campbell just shy of the first down marker, finding something they like on that right lane. 3rd and 2. It looks like they'll be going back to the run, potentially. At their own 33. So Originals trying to get into a bit of a groove. Now out of the I formation. Priest Holmes is the fullback. Earl Campbell behind him. Herman Moore the wideout.
There we go.
To the left, and that is Vernon Davis. Another tight end, just like you said, Dan.
Yeah, Vernon's the only tight end they carry on that team. So in that formation, I'm wondering who they've got lined up at the right side tight end there. Vernon Davis, a great option to go to, though. I mean, very physical, athletic, tall tight end.
Well, he's had a great season, back-to-back weeks as one of the top-performing receivers. Last week, 330 yards and 4 touchdowns. Oh, Curly Culp again, adding to that sack total as he takes down Breeze, 2nd and 17. Going out of the eye again. And that's a good point. Maybe hold one of the... Ooh! What you would have liked to see as Reggie White inhales Drew Brees. You would have maybe liked to see a running back being held in some pass protection. Like you said, you lose the route, but if you can't get the ball out, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it looks like they may have done that in the last play, but...
Well, there's Priest.
Good
Okay.
luck stopping. Yeah, good luck stopping Reggie White.
4th and 22.
6'5", 300 pounds, and physical, strong, athletic, has power that well exceeds his body frame. I don't know where it comes from.
Reggie White was just an absolute monster. And maybe the original's trying to draw Frenzy off their game plan, offside or something, faking a field goal, which would be even in this league would be impressive. Dan, would be what a 90-yarder here.
Well, I said go for it.
Now George Blanda had a Hall of Fame leg, we know that, but even him, they're going back to Ron Stark, of course. Nice punt. That'll drop at the 20 and a pin.
There we go.
Yeah. A nice pin there at the 8. So well done by Stark and the Originals to pin the Frenzy, who have a 21-0 lead. But Dan, as we know, I say it every single week, and every week it proves true in some game. You are never out of this. We've seen 35-point or more quarters. They're never out of a ball game. Out of the eye. Play action! Oh! Did not fool Brian Cox, who soared in for that middle linebacker spot and made Cunningham pay.
They're wasting no time getting back up to the line.
No. And back under center. Got Reed on the outside. Of course, Jackie Smith on the right. Lined up as the tight end. In his own end zone. Pressure coming. Cunningham had time. Got rid of it. Going deep. It's up. It's up. It's caught. It's caught. Andre Reed. Andre Reed on Aeneas Williams. Andre Reed with 2 touchdowns already. A massive reception. And Cunningham going right back at, trying to stay in that groove. Going to Reed again for the first down. Gain of 15.
Yeah, Andre Reed and Aeneas Williams, both guys that went to small schools. Aeneas Williams went to Southern, and Andre Reed, we talked about, went to Kutztown.
2 of the greats. First down here. Now we got a little spread. Got Reed and Joyner on the outside. Matson going, but then there's Reed, incomplete. Sean Taylor was in on it. 2:38 to go in the first.
Yeah, Andre Reed also had a TV career as an actor. In one of his roles, he played a car salesman that had an uncanny resemblance to Andre Reed. Big stretch.
That was his role?
Hey, you look like Andre Reed. Hey, I'm not Andre Reed.
The comfort zone. Oh, and that's no coverage on that, Dan. Lord. Jackie Smith.
I don't know what's going on with this tight end here, but I mean, Jackie
You're gonna have to
Smith
study
is not
him.
one of the tight end. Yeah, he's not one of the names you hear often when it comes to the greatest tight ends of all time. But this game, so far, he looks like the greatest tight end of all time.
Well, Dan, you know what? It's all about finding those mismatches that you like. And Jackie Smith, against this defense so far, has been tremendous. And he has his second touchdown of the game, 28-0 for the Frenzy. And the Originals will get it on the touchback. They did find some success with the running game. And, Dan, it's still so early. You still have time to try to, if that run is working, to work that in.
Yeah, absolutely.
You said it accurately last week. I like what you said last week, Dan, where you don't abandon it, because when you start to press in this league, that's when you get into real trouble. Molds with the reception.
Here's Walt. It's interesting. Mold sat behind Andre Reed for 2 seasons before he finally had a breakout season. But he was a first-round draft pick, Eric Molds, and sat the bench basically for 2 seasons.
Out of the pistol, there's Breeze. A little bit of time. It's complete to Eric Molds. Eric Molds with the juke. Gets to the 50 with that completion. A sidestep and a shuffle. And now the Frenzy, or the Originals rather, are finding some groove. Out of the pistol again. That right sideline complete to Molds. Molds makes one-man miss. Stiff arms to the 25. Garrick Molds, 2 wideouts to the right. Got James Lofton on the left, and that snack machine is back home for fumble. Oh, but okay, Youngblood with the sack, but the Originals were able to recover. Oh, that could have been disastrous.
Bad field position here.
Ooh, 2nd and 18. At the 34, Priest Holmes, a little fullback run. Got 1 yard. 3rd and 17. From the Frenzy 34. So they're in field goal range, but at this point, of course, you're looking for majors. Now out of the pistol. More Molds on the right. Oh, and that offensive line just got gobbled up by Curly Culp. The pressure too much again. Another sack. And it's 4th and 25. They will go for 3. George Blanda. Blanda, it's up. It's deep and good. 58 yards. And the Originals are on the board.
Yeah, it looked really good in that game, and they were utilizing Eric Molds a lot, driving downfield, but then a couple sacks just really put them back. Lost some momentum there. But let's see if they come back next series and try to lean on Eric Molds a little bit more with those plays. Maybe they found something in the Frenzy's defense that they like, but maybe Frenzy close that hole up as well. We'll see.
Right, looked like we saw Frenzy maybe ease up on the pressure a little bit with some of those plays because Breeze did have more time, but we'll see. Blanda with the kickoff. And that will be a definite touchback well out of the end zone. That Frenzy offensive line pretty good too. Left tackle Jonathan Ogden. And you see the wideouts. You got Andre Reed and Charlie Joyner on the left. Matson and Allen in the backfield.
Nebraska. Hot, short.
Cunningham changing the play at the line. 6 seconds left in the first quarter. Cunningham with the drop back, waits, quick sling, finds Smith, he's open, and he makes a man miss, ran right through him. Smith, is he going to be caught? Another man miss. Jackie Smith with his 3rd touchdown. Jackie Smith high-stepping and galloping into the end zone. Unbelievable.
Well, Jackie Smith was a track guy in high school and college. So for him to be able to
looks like to
outrun some guys is he's definitely got the speed, but to be that wide open on so many plays, he's really finding some weak spots in the OG's defense there.
The point after is good. And yeah, this is just a textbook way of how to get your tight end open, how to utilize that tight end that the Frenzy are showcasing right here.
So in high school, Smith went out for the football team as a sophomore, suffered a torn Achilles, sat out the entire season. Junior year, injured an ankle, only played the last half of the last game. Senior year, got hurt again, only played 5 games, but he won the state championships in the hurdles. He got a half scholarship to Northwestern Louisiana State College, and they said, we'll give you a full if you come out for the football team. You don't even have to play, just don't quit the team.
Just don't quit the team. Vernon Davis, the tight ends again. Gain of 12. Vernon Davis trying to hype up the home crowd. All those injuries, Dan, you wonder, those are significant at that young age to overcome.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, to tear an Achilles that young, you rarely see that. That's an old man injury.
That's an old man injury.
Yeah.
Holding on the offensive line for the Originals. I'll push them back. Well, it's 1st and 15 from their own 33. And you wonder, Dan, if that offensive line of the Originals is just getting a bit skittish with how much pressure. Look, another 6-man push by the Originals, or by the Frenzy. Breeze gets it away. What a sidestep to Keyshawn Johnson. And there's a face mask to Gradishar, so the ball will move. A break for the Originals. Randy Gradishar getting a little too aggressive going for the face mask on Keyshawn Johnson. Out of the pistol, there's Breeze. And he pushes the man off again. Keyshawn, another gain of 2, 2nd and 8. But Drew Brees getting his little dance steps in there. He was one of the best tiptoeing around that pocket there, Dan, and he's doing it here now.
See if they can keep it up.
Footwork in a phone booth. Out of the pistol again. 2 wideouts on each side. No, he will not. He will not escape Curly Culp this time. We'll put a little oomph on that Gore. 3rd and 15. It'll be from their own 45. Out of the pistol again. Earl Campbell behind Drew Brees. Play action to that right side. And maybe Herman Moore heard some footsteps. Went a little high. 4th and 15. And Ron Stark, who's been busy in this first half, will punt again. And that'll be a touchback. Well, 35-3 the score. Make sure you're giving us a follow on Twitter at AndyMC81, at Almighty Espo, at the AFLL, Instagram at the UFAFL, and our new Twitch channel, of course. Head over to Twitch and check us out, Ultimate Fantasy Sports. Cunningham out of the I formation. Low play action, went over the middle. Ooh, incomplete. Was looking for his man, Jackie Smith. Looked like Urlacher and Cox were on him.
I heard some footsteps there. Urlacher's not a guy you want to be running over the middle around.
Oof. No. Well, that's a daunting looking linebacking core for the Originals, Dan. Urlacher, Cox, and Keith Brooking, who has already had an interception today.
Yep.
Andre Reed and Joyner, the wideouts.
Got some time.
Cunningham waits. Complete to Smith. Racked up about 7. 3rd and 3 now.
So we might as well talk a little bit more about Smith while we've got some time.
Yeah.
So Northwestern Louisiana State College is primarily a run team, so most of what he did was block, but he did lead his college in receiving his final 2 years. He was a 10th round draft pick, which the 10th round doesn't even exist anymore, of the St. Louis Cardinals. The St. Louis Cardinals also don't exist anymore.
Well, 10th round pick, as Cunningham was getting a little bold there, throwing into triple coverage, maybe trying to force the ball a little bit too much there. Incomplete, and they will have to punt on 4th and 3. Lee Johnson.
So the interesting thing is that as I get through a few more of these really interesting facts about Jackie, about Smith, is that he was voted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame as only the 3rd tight end ever to enter the Hall of Fame.
Wow. And that was really before, Dan, you had the tight ends being the true offensive showcase that they can be today. Right? There was blocking was a lot more of it. And Keyshawn, using him a little bit more, crossing from right to left. Drew Brees found him. Scampered for 6, 2nd and 4 from their own 10. A little bit more space here. I formation. Priest Holmes the front man, then Campbell. Hands to Campbell, and Earl Campbell grabs the first down. He went head over heels there. He got up quick, though. Now some more space at their own 15. Again out of the eye. Originals have had some success on the ground. Trying for it again for Campbell. And Campbell for 5. Hey, if it's working, Dan, why not? Maybe that over-aggressiveness, if you have somebody who can make that powerful burst, hit their lane. You can make a defense pay for being aggressive like that.
That's the tough thing. It looks like if Frenzy's blitzing here this backside and Earl Campbell's running into it, there we go.
Ooh, yep. Stop for no gain. Darren Sharper.
But then the other side of that equation, the other side of that equation is if they decide to drop back and pass, you've got those guys blitzing, you've got Reggie White coming at you. You're not going to get that pass off. It's a really tough defense to counter here. You really got to dial up the right plays.
Triplet wide receivers to the left. Going deep is Breeze. It's caught by Lofton. James Lofton rumbling to the 20, the 10, 5, touchdown! Originals, James Lofton. Over the shoulder catch, and nobody was going to catch him. Land it with the point after. It is good. And the Originals getting their first touchdown of the day. Now 35-10 Frenzy in the second quarter. And Dan, that's what happens. You give Drew Brees a moment, right? A moment, and he can make you pay.
Yeah, it's interesting. James Lofton, I only remember him as a Buffalo Bill, but he also played for the Packers, Raiders, Rams, and Eagles.
It's amazing when you look at some of these greats or Hall of Famers, how many teams some of them actually played for, right? When you think of them as primarily one franchise.
Right. Yeah. At the ends of their careers, like, Emmitt Smith played for the Arizona Cardinals for two seasons, I think. You almost forget about those things.
They probably would like to forget about it mostly as well. That's what you often see.
Stats. Yeah.
It did add to the stats. You're right. And hey, an extra payday never hurts, right? Let's see here with the Frenzy with Randall Cunningham. Matson and Allen in the backfield. Reed and Joyner on the left, and of course Jackie Smith on that right tight end spot. Watch for him. Let's see where he goes. Cunningham going to the left sideline instead, finds Ollie Matson, who hustled out of the backfield. It's a nice little pitch and catch there, and Ollie Matson, who was sensational last week, moves the chains. Keep an eye on that Jackie Smith. Now he is on the left.
Hot 6. Omaha.
Cunningham waits, pressure coming. Cunningham got it loose. A dart to Jackie Smith, who somehow was able to haul that into his stomach and keep possession. Now into Originals territory. The OGBs trying to hold it off. Jackie Smith blown up after a gain of 1. Hard tackle there.
100 catches so far in the first half for Jackie Smith.
About. Seems like it. 8:05 to go in the second quarter. Cunningham reading that defense. 7-step drop, pressure coming, got it free. Ollie Matson. 3rd and 2 now.
I'm pretty sure Ollie Matson played with a leather helmet.
I believe you're right. Yes, the picture we have in the top performers of the week, when you send those guys across, it's a leather helmet for Ollie Matson. So he has an upgrade in equipment in the Legends League at least. Can you imagine, Dan, the unreported concussions? Because that wasn't a thing when you wore leather helmets. Like, my goodness.
Well, the other thing is you don't hit as hard when people are wearing. There's a lot of arm tackling back then. You watch
that
guys
is true.
That, reached for you instead of tried to tackle you.
Richard Dent with the tackle for a loss, bringing down Marcus Allen. That's true, because if you know your own head isn't, it's kind of the rugby thing, right? If you know you're not protected, and you're less likely to go just throwing your body around. Triple coverage with Cunningham.
Quadruple coverage, it looked like.
Yikes. Yeah, you had Taylor Malloy. I believe Walt Harris himself was back in there. Now it's 3rd and 16.
Omaha.
From the 32 in Originals territory. 7-step drop, pressure coming. Got it free, and Jackie Smith again came back for it. Threw his hands up, a little comeback there for Smith. And they're short at 4th and 3, so they should look to kick the field goal, I would think. So a bend but not break for the Originals. And Shane Graham, it is good from 36 yards. Now 38-10 late in the second quarter. And a touchback. Still lots of time for the OGBs here, Dan. There's, 38-10 in real life football would seem like, well, that's a lot. But here, like I said, you've seen 35-point quarters. Earl Campbell, oh my. Ooh, Robinson, Johnny Robinson just came in off the edge and got him. Loss of 1. Now out of the shotgun, Earl Campbell on the right hip of Breeze. Hands it right to him, but that D-line just too much. Merlin Olsen got in on that tackle for a loss. Pushes him back 3rd and 14. From their own 21. Spread formation here now with the pistol. Got Lofton on the left side, had a big touchdown, and incomplete. Herman Moore, it would have only been a gain of 1 even if he caught it. They will be forced to punt. And Ron Stark's leg getting a workout today. Booming kick to the 21. Marcus Allen will receive it, and he is just leaving their feet.
Not much room. Yeah.
No, not much room. Ooh. I would be curious just to see in an exhibition if injuries were on with those type of hits, how many of these guys would just be out for the season. Randall Cunningham now for the Frenzy. Cunningham taking his shot. Oh, incomplete. Nice breakup by Lamar Parrish of the Frenzy. Or sorry, of the Originals. That was Williams who broke that up. Cunningham feeling good here, going back under center. He got a tight triplet wideout set to the right. Yeah, single back and to that right, incomplete. Walt Harris coming in and swatting the ball down.
Yeah, they're going back to their normal formation here. I would not switch this up too much. It's been working for them all game, unless they're feeling charitable.
32.
It really has. And Jackie Smith now, you always keep an eye on that right side of the line when it's lined up with the 2 receivers on that left, going back to Ollie Matson. You like that, rolling out of the backfield, and Cunningham looks deep, then checks it down. 4th and 3, though. And, okay, well, Frenzy being aggressive on 4th and 3 here, Dan. Out of the eye with the pitch to Matson.
Wow,
did he get enough?
Great gamble.
Got the first down. Oh, that would have been great field position for the Originals, but one of the top performing running backs of last week gets it done, Ollie Matson. And they'll go back, pitch out to the other side. This time Marcus Allen rumbles for 3. .349 left in the second quarter. Now to the other side. 7-step drop, Cunningham standing tall, goes and finds Charlie Joyner. His first touch of the game was that inside receiver out of the slot, was able to pick up the first down and then some. Cunningham, a little shuffle to that right, and it's over the top, and was going for the over-the-shoulder catch to Charlie Joyner, incomplete. Second and 10 from the Originals 40.
Coming with the blitz.
Waits, chucks it over the middle. Ooh! Blitz and nearly picked off. You had Brooking, Cox, and Urlacher just waiting.
Yeah, it seems like they had a good blitz coming, just got held up at the line a little bit.
Cunningham, 5-step, wide open man on the left. Ollie Matson hustles and steps out of bounds. Ollie Matson, 15 yards at least. Another great game for Ollie Matson. Cunningham in the pocket. Waits. Fires. Jackie Smith. Racks up 3. 2nd and 7. In the red zone now. A 2-minute warning coming up. Under center. Waits. Delivers. Whoa! That was so close to being intercepted there, Dan. Williams and Taylor were both
really contesting.
Oh! Seems like they were almost contesting for each other, and it fell to the ground ultimately. Keith Brooking with the interception for the Originals earlier in this game. Cunningham, a little 5-step, chops it to Reed, and total touchdown. They gave it to him. Cross the plane.
Got in. Barely got in.
Cross the plane. Yes. Andre Reed with his 3rd touchdown.
That corner blitz coming almost had him. I mean, that play was so quick. If they didn't get that off at the right time, and could have been the change in the game here. But another touchdown. I mean, we're 45-10. If it keeps going this way, we're looking at 100-20 by the end of the game. But let's see if OGs can get something going here with a two-minute warning.
Excellently executed Cunningham to Reed, which, as you said, just got the ball away in time for that score. So both Reed and Smith have 3 touchdowns each for the Frenzy. 2 minutes to go. Let's see what the Originals can do. At this point, Dan, I would think it's that combination. You want to be aggressive to score, but you also don't want to give the ball back to the Frenzy. There's Breeze, empty backfield out of the shotgun, though. Lots of time, complete to Eric Molds. Beautifully done, right over the middle, and Molds broke away from his coverage. Maybe looking for more of those slants, going triple receivers to the left. You got Earl Campbell in the backfield, play action. Breeze has time, rarely has time.
Forever.
He's going deep, lots of time, and it's complete. Vernon Davis. Breeze went for it all, and Vernon Davis with the touchdown. A rocket throw by Breeze. Point after is good. Wow. Dan, that's what I mean. You blink and you got another touchdown. Now 45-17. Davis just ran under that ball, and he has had a tremendous couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's a good matchup with safety against a guy like Vernon Davis against the safety. But how often does he have that much time? So I don't know why if the defense maybe just didn't put pressure. Maybe they're feeling like they can go in with this lead and not keep the foot on the gas.
Cunningham complete to Reed. Just short of the marker, 2nd and 1. Clock running, minute 24. Going back to that same formation with the 2 receiver set on the left, and there's a flag. And it'll be on the offensive line, Richmond Webb. False start. And now 2nd and 6. Cunningham looks, waits. He's going to that right sideline, over the shoulder. Jackie Smith, the tight ends, exchanging huge plays.
Jackie Smith, we'll talk about him a little bit more. He retired as the all-time leading tight end receiver.
Hot 6.
He is showcasing that off today.
There was Ozzie Newsome that finally passed him. Yeah, Ozzie Newsome was the one that finally passed him.
Ollie Matson, complete, first down, picked up 9. Under a minute to go in the second quarter. Remember, we have Garrick Jones, owner of the FanCentric Frenzy, as our halftime guest. There's Cunningham. And right to Ollie Matson. Matson scores! Ollie Matson into the end zone.
Ollie Matson free.
Emphasis. Ollie Matson free. With a punch-in. And Ollie Matson, as the receiver, not a lot of success on the ground, but like we've seen, Dan, you get these running backs, and we're starting to see the coaching adapt as the season goes on and as people learn. And it's okay. Well, you have super talented running backs. If they're not finding those holes against defensive line, well, utilize them as a receiver.
Yeah, it's, what I'm really trying to study here is see how they're getting so much time to make these throws when my team has not been getting a lot of time. So maybe it's my offensive scheme, that two running back set that's been working so well for the FanCentric Frenzy. So, going to really go back and watch this game over after we watch it today and dissect it quite a bit, because they're really having some success against a pretty good defense.
Oh yeah, and especially with your Tony Gonzalez at 99, to be able to, mix him in as much as possible. That's something you'd obviously be up for.
I mean, Smith is no Gonzalez. Who knows? In the era versus the era, but it seems like I should be able to get him free a little bit more, and maybe I'm just not utilizing him right. Maybe I've got the wrong scheme going into some of these games. So really going to take some notes for with the Frenzy's game today.
That's what I love about this league, Dan, is you're able to, it's the studying. You're bringing it back to studying tape. Okay, well, what's this team doing? What's working? And makes it, as real as a video game can be, as far as having players who can't get injured in our all-time great lines there. So, you know what? We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, it'll be Garrick Jones of the FanCentric Frenzy, one of our favorites. He's the owner. He's the coach. We'll chat with Garrick Jones and then get you ready for the second half of the FanCentric Frenzy versus the Originals on the AFLL Game of the Week. Welcome, everybody. Andy McNamara, head of football operations for UFF Sports, alongside my guy, Garrick Jones of the FanCentric Frenzy. And it's the Game of the Week. Garrick's on it. We're rolling. And Garrick, let me first, man, just say to you, being a former player yourself, building this impressive coaching staff that you have, how cool has it been getting back into the film room, like dissecting these games, studying again in the American Football Legends League?
Man, it's been cool. It's been really, I think, nostalgic for us, to be able to go back and kind of get into some of the habits that we were in when we played, especially breaking down film and looking at tendencies and just working with down and distances and those types of things. Mm-hmm. So it's starting to get our brains going again when it comes down to the way we came up. So, man, it's been a really good experience, man. It's been a lot of fun, man. A lot of fun.
And what I love, too, with what you're doing from the FanCentric and the FanCentric Frenzy side is really, as this league develops, and we're just in year one, is developing and using this as a tool for former players to be first-time coaches and sort of get, again, like you said, in that mindset of, all right, how are we utilizing this down of distance situation? What type of defense versus this offense, et cetera? Talk to us a little bit about that, because you're not just building for a win now. This is a complete journey that we're starting.
Oh, yeah, man. You think about airline pilots, they have X amount of hours that they have to go through the simulator before they can actually get in the cockpit for real. That's more or less what this situation is. With what we're doing with the fantasy football aspect of it, bringing these players in that are former players and have been around the game from a professional standpoint, we're getting them into the whole coaching environment. And with the simulations, it's one of those deals where it's like, if you're a coach, you're calling the plays and the players have to go out there and execute. So that's a really beautiful thing in itself. And it's something that, we're going to use this as an incubator in order to get to a point to where once we actually start acquiring professional teams, we'll be able to just take these individuals and bring them into the fold and change the whole regime of what goes on in professional sports. So, it's a process nonetheless, but with what we're doing with the AFLL and then taking it into the SDFL and then eventually taking it into a situation with FanCentric of team ownership, man, it just makes sense to just be able to incubate everybody and have them ready when their numbers are called. And man, that's where the history is being made today with what we have on the table.
I can't wait to see, Garrick, when we have, hey, this coach started in the American Football Legends League and worked all his way up to a pro team. That's going to be spectacular. I love what you're doing with that and how that is going to be growing. Now, tell us a little bit what FanCentric and that process, because like you said, the vision of FanCentric. It's about team ownership by players, by the people. But for those who are maybe a little bit new, tell us about what that means for the FanCentric movement.
Well, for the fan-centric movement, it's just an extension of what Green Bay did back in 1923 when they opened it up for the fans to have ownership or to have shares of the team and it be a community-owned type of scenario. We wanted to take what they did back in 1923 and bring it into the 21st century in the DeFi space. So you're talking your cryptocurrencies, you're talking your NFTs, you're talking everything that we're doing with the UFFS and also the AFLL. Man, we're in a great space right now where we can kind of take some of those things that have already been done and polish those wheels. We're not recreating them by any means, but we just wanted to come up with a community oriented movement where it was about ownership being reimagined, and that's basically what the fan-centric movement is about. And we just tying everything into it together to make sure that everybody's coming in and we're educating everybody on what we're doing. And it's just exposing them to all these different practices and just making this thing a reality. So it's not far-fetched. A lot of people seem to think that, it's never impossible until it's done. You know what I'm saying? And This is exactly what we're doing each and every day that we're on this journey, man. And each one of these games that we have gets us closer to that end game of finally owning a professional organization, such as an NFL team, an NBA team, an NHL, and so on and so forth. So, man, this partnership is beautiful.
Yeah, it's really cool. And on the NFT side as well, the ultimatesportsnfts.com, the Fire and Ice NFT series it's so sweet. It's slick, it's hot, and I guess technically it's cold with the Fire and Ice. It's really
right.
really a great series there. And that's up right now, ultimatesportsnfts.com. So people can go check that out, which ties in to the Legends League side of it, right, Garrick?
Absolutely. So the fire side of it is our NFL players, and then the ice side of it will be our Canadian Football League players, because I played in both leagues, and of course, Canada is a lot colder than the U.S., so hence the fire and the ice. Hence the fire and the ice. So I wanted to just play off of that, man. I wanted to play off of everywhere I've been in my pro career, and just get the teammates involved and get the families involved and get the fans involved, to where, with these NFT sets, you can actually have meet and greets with the athletes that you watched on TV, and be a lot closer. So we're all about bridging the gap. And that's basically what this thing is about, man. So we're hitting it from all angles, guys. So this is a movement that you really want to be a part of. You don't want to miss this one.
No, it really is. And now people can learn how to be a part of it. You guys, tremendous communication is a big part of this series to gain the trust and educate. And I think yourself, Garrick, and the whole FanCentric team has done a tremendous job of that for the upcoming launch and all that. Now, there's a Telegram group, which is great. We're going to put that link actually in the comment section here in the interview, so people can click right on it, join the group. But if people want to find out more, just tell them where can they find out, because you're very accessible.
Oh, very accessible, man. I tell people to Google, the hashtag FanCentric name, athlete take back. They can go to www.fancentric.co. And we're all over the social media platforms right now. We're building out our Telegram, building out a Discord channel. But for us, the transparency, being able to assess and be able to get to people that are part of this thing, because we've all had run-ins with this whole crypto space where it's autonomous. You don't know who's doing what. You don't know the people behind it, and you end up putting your money in, and then automatically it's a rug pull. No, that's not what we're doing. What we're doing is something that's going to outlive all of us, and it's going to change a lot of the dynamics for a lot of families when it comes down to generational wealth. But number one, we have to get the people involved, and we got to get them educated on what we're doing. They got to be educated on the crypto space, and they got to understand the dynamics of owning teams and running teams. It's a little more than just showing up and being a fan. You have to have a vested interest in what we're doing. And this is what this thing is all about. Like I say, it's the ownership reimagined movement. If you want to have a voice and a say, there's a level of accountability that's in this thing. And it's all of us working together to make sure that our voices are heard, and it's time.
No passengers. We want drivers. We want motivators, right? We want workers.
Absolutely. No passengers, man. You got to outwork me, man.
No passengers, baby. No one's going to outwork you, Garrick. I'll tell you, but we can try. We can get close. We can try to get close to that. Garrick, always a pleasure, my friend. Listen, social media is all over the place at FanCentric Frenzy. The team itself, the team shops up, uffsports.com. You get that sweet merchandise on social media too. So make sure you are checking that out. Garrick, always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure. Thank you so much, man. You have a good one.
Is it time to take your event online? Bring it to IKS Live. We've got a fully customized virtual event platform with remote guest support for your next fundraiser, talk show, conference, performance, and more. IKS Live offers live streaming to Facebook Live and YouTube and pre-recorded capabilities, both in our studio with green screen available and on location with pre-production and post-production services. IKS Live, the proud producer of The Rod Peterson Show and The Recovery Hour. Visit us at ikslive.ca.
Keep it real with real. I take all my problems to the field with the field.
My job is to disarm a bomb.
I am an explosive ordnance disposal technician.
And when things don't go well, I know there is an organization that is there for me and for my family. The EOD Warrior Foundation provides support to EOD heroes and their families. We need your support. Donate now at eodwarriorfoundation.org/donate.
We are back. We are rolling here on the AFLL Game of the Week. Halftime went a little long, folks, so action underway. Frenzy leading the original 52-17. Jackie Smith with another reception and a first down. Andy McNamara alongside Dan Esposito. We've seen this Jackie Smith-Randall Cunningham connection, Dan, work all game long.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to keep leaning on him the rest of this game. I mean, that's where I would go almost every time, unless they just want to give the ball to the running back a little bit and see if they can get some running yards. But, I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't try to throw the ball to Jackie Smith every down of this next couple series.
Well, yeah. Or maybe Marcus Allen, who breaks a tackle and rattles his way to the 20. Just pure brute force to break past Williams and get into the red zone. Out of the I formation. Matson and Allen, and it goes to Ollie Matson. 2-yard gain, who scored a touchdown at the very end of the first half. Second and 8. In the red zone here. Cunningham under center. Waits in the pocket. He's going back in the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown, Andre Reed. Number 4 on the day from left to the middle. That's a nice post pattern, and it is the 4th touchdown of the day for Reed.
It's interesting, a guy like Reed who had played for so long never made All-Pro, second-team All-Pro twice, but never made a first-team All-Pro. 7-time Pro Bowler.
One of those guys who's just maybe never the very best at his position in a single year, Dan, but always just consistently very, very good.
Yeah, I mean, he was considered a first ballot Hall of Famer. Oh my God, there's Reggie White again. Oh, curly call.
Oh, curly call. Pick your poison of that line for the Frenzy, man.
Like I said, they thought he'd be a first ballot Hall of Famer. It took him, I think, 4 or 5 years to finally get into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Eric Molds on that right sideline was able to get 4 back. Now 3rd and 12 from their own 23. Drew Brees again out of the pistol. Earl Campbell behind him. 2 wideouts right. Brees surveys, complete hit. Vernon Davis. Whoa, Vernon Davis. Wow, hard hit to the spine. Vernon Davis, because no injuries, Dan, gets back up. And that ball will be punted by Ron Stark. Taken at the 8 by Allen, and Marcus Allen to the 21. Nice little return there. 59-17. Randall Cunningham back under center. Had the 2 wideouts to the left, and it's to the right to Jackie Smith. A gain of 2, but Jackie Smith, that favorite target, trying to go back and forth with him and Andre Reed. There, you got Reed now with 4 scores and Smith with 3. See what they do here now out of the shotgun.
Yeah.
6.
An audible was like a post pattern.
Cunningham, lots of time. Cunningham on a comeback to, guess who? Jackie Smith into double coverage. Jackie Smith with the box out and moves the chains. Going back to that favorite formation. Jackie Smith on that right side. Cunningham flings it over the middle, and Reed does get it, and he got the first down right on that line. Cunningham. 5 steps. Wide open! No, and Jackie Smith in behind. Touchdown number 4. Jackie Smith then using those track and field skills like you mentioned earlier to just plain beat the coverage, and that is his 4th touchdown. Wow. Point after is good, and it is 66-17.
Yeah, starting to look like a blowout. What's the most amount of receiving touchdowns in a game we've had so far this season?
Ooh, great question. I know we've had 5. We may have had more than 5, but 5 stands out to me as the that's at least the floor. There's been quite a, Both Andre Reed and Jackie Smith could each have that. Who knows? But now it's the Frenzy coming back on defense with a swat down by, I believe that was Johnny Robinson. The Originals crowd not liking that play. Drew Brees to go back under center of the eye. Earl Campbell in behind, low play action. Works. Oh, and could not drag it in. Looking for Vernon Davis, could not make that reception.
You know, I'm also watching what the FanCentric Frenzy's doing here on defense, and they seem to be going to that 6-2 inside stuff almost every play.
Yeah.
Quite a number of plays, so, yeah.
Picks up the sack.
More of a goal line type of formation.
Yeah, and you know what? It's just a pure overpowering will, I guess, there.
Yeah.
Dan, right? As Marcus Allen takes it back. Because, you know, if you can beat it, you're going to have receivers open. The problem is you have Reggie White, Curly Culp, or Merlin Olsen in your face every time, it seems.
Yeah, the quarterback just does not have the time to set his feet and throw a good pass.
No, Cunningham back with it. Too wide out set. It was out of the eye. And looks to guess who? It was Jackie Smith. But Walt Harris was able to tip the ball, and it is incomplete.
I think I should have drafted Walt Harris.
Walt he got it right in there first. Pitch out to Ollie Matson. Taken down behind the line.
Lawyer Malloy in there.
That's right.
I believe another Buffalo Bill, correct? Wasn't Lawyer Malloy another Buffalo Bill?
Oh, I think you're right. Lots of Bills representation. Bills Mafia. Going back to that familiar set with the 2 receiver set on the left. Ollie Matson rolling out of the backfield. It's actually Marcus Allen that time. Marcus Allen! The power of Marcus Allen, that stiff arm is ferocious. Just shoved away Williams and was able to get 5 or 6 more. Marcus Allen again, taken down behind scrimmage. Atwater coming up out of the defensive back spot to bring some pressure.
And Malloy actually played for the Patriots. He would probably kill me for saying he played for the Bills.
Oh, you know what? It seemed right, though, when you said it. It seemed like a Bill.
Right,
Patriots. Intercepted! The great Sean Taylor! Sean Taylor with the INT. Cunningham looking for Jackie Smith one too many times. And the Originals take over. And it will be a long way to go. But at least there's a chance. 6:04 left in the third. That's right.
All right, I'm going to bet you $5, 5 score coin, that you get a safety here.
5 score coin bet. You know what? With how this offensive, with this six set, I'm not going to take that bet, Dick. Oh, he's coming. Drew Brees. Oh my. Merlin Olsen throwing his body through the air, shoulder to the chops of Drew Brees. It is a safety. And that's 2 more points for the Frenzy.
Don't run it out of there. Don't do it.
There's Ollie Matson. He runs it back to the 20, to the 25, 27. Ollie Matson was one of the better returns of the AFLL this season.
Showing that Olympic speed. He was also an Olympian, won the bronze medal in the 400 and competed in the 4x4 as well.
I love the older players because they've done there's so many other things that they did, like the Olympics or play both ways or whatever. Such interesting stories.
Selling cars, all sorts of crazy things.
Selling car.
Yeah.
Using training camp to actually get in shape instead of being physical freaks all year long. Cunningham under center, 3 receiver set on that right in a bunch. Going sideline and incomplete over the hands of Charlie Joyner. Second time they've done that set, Dan, with the 3 bunch close to the line in that slot, doesn't work. We're going back to Old Faithful here. Matson playing the fullback role. Allen, the deep running back. 3rd and 10 from their own 25.
Check.
Cunningham trying to read that defense. Play action. No pressure. Lots of time. It's up. It's deep. It is caught by Andre Reed. No, to stop him. Touchdown Reed. As he sprints into the end zone. The 5th touchdown of the day for Andre Reed. Wow. Dan, we could be looking at 2 of the top receiver performers for Week 7 right here. Andre Reed and Jackie Smith. 9 combined touchdowns.
Yeah, Andre Reed, actually, another interesting fact about him, he played quarterback in high school, and when he went to college, they switched him to wide receiver. Won a state championship at quarterback.
A state championship quarterback, wow.
Yeah.
Drew Brees with the empty backfield. The pressure is holding, gets the ball away, and Keyshawn Johnson brings 2 tackles. Keyshawn! Whoa! Keyshawn Johnson gets into frenzy territory to the 45. Keyshawn, one of the bigger receivers, using that power and dragging the defenders. Breeze here. Pressure coming, got it away, and Eric Mold grabbed 3 on that, now moving the ball to the 43. I like that play to Keyshawn Johnson. That was just pure power by the tall Keyshawn. Breeze goes over the middle, intercepted! Ed Sprinkle! Sprinkle with the interception just as the Originals were marching. Sprinkle gets it back into Cunningham's hands. Cunningham. Right sideline. Whoa, and that went off his hands into the crowd. Cunningham just off the mark, failed to click. Single wide out deep side, Cunningham waits. Oh, over the incomplete. That pressure came from Michael Dean Perry, former Cleveland Brown. Michael Dean Perry, one of my favorites growing up, Dan. He was just so big, such a force in that interior line.
Big 3rd and 10.
That's right. And Cunningham, he drops, and it is caught! Andre Reed. And he did that little comeback, scooted just in front of Williams, and was able to make that contested catch.
Back to that 6-2 there, is it? 6-2?
Yeah.
Oh, this is the OGs, though. Let's see if they can get some
They're
pressure
going 4
here.
now. They're going to 4-3. The left side, Jackie Smith wide open. Will move the chains again. Jackie Smith, the yardage for him and Andre Reed is going to be absolutely incredible at the end of this game. Now into the I formation.
Ooh, runs a reverse.
Yeah. Getting a little creative. Atwater, though, wasn't fooled and was able to come in from the cornerback spot. Yeah. 2nd and 9. Cunningham drops back, slings it, connects to Jackie Smith, past the diving defender, brought down by Malloy with a shoulder tackle. And now Jackie Smith out of this formation here is on the right side, folks, so watch where he goes. Oh, Cunningham, and it's a loose ball. It's a loose ball. Who got it? Ogden got it. Malloy gets credit for the sack, the safety blitz with the sack, but Ogden is able to recover it for the Frenzy. 2nd and 22. Cunningham with the fumble. Goes in the sideline, incomplete. Cunningham a little rattled now. That Originals defense playing hard. 3rd and 22. .2:12 to go in this 3rd quarter. Pressure coming to Heat. He's hit, incomplete. Whoa. I think that was Malloy again on the safety blitz there, Dan. That was untouched, but he got it away. 4th and 22, Shane Graham. Going for, looks like about a 45er, and it is good for the Frenzy, who tack on to that lead, now 78-17. And that will be a touchback. As you saw with the Originals were on a nice drive there before Ed Sprinkle was able to sniff out the play and pick off Drew Brees. See what they come back with here, starting from their own 25. Out of the shotgun, Earl Campbell to the right of Brees. Watson on the left. Oh, Brees was hit. And he's lucky that 1 wasn't intercepted, and 2, that he still has his head attached to his shoulders. That was a lot of heat coming the way of Drew Brees, who is now staying in that shotgun. Earl Campbell, pressure coming, but the offensive line's holding Brees with time. Brees going really deep, one-on-one coverage, and more! He's got it! And more! Originals! Herman Moore beat Jimmy Johnson. And the Originals with a major. Point after is good. That was just laid up beautifully there, Dan, by Drew Brees again. We saw a similar passing catch to Lofton earlier. Moore again just tracking that ball in the air, bringing it, catching it in stride, and wasn't going to be beat.
Yeah, Herman Moore's not a name we've heard too much today, but haven't really heard too many names on the OG's offensive side anyway. But starting to eat into that lead. They got one more quarter left. Let's see how close they can make this game.
That's right. And it is incomplete to the left. Contested play as Andre Reed was the intended target. Had Williams and Urlacher in on the coverage. Now Cunningham going out of the shotgun. Play action. Swings it to that left side. Cliff Branch, his first reception of the ballgame. A couple interesting secondary targets for the Frenzy here, Dan, where you got Cliff Branch, who we just saw catch. Also, Dwight Clark is on the roster. And he will aim for Jackie Smith. Guess who? Jackie Smith with another 10 yards to his mounting stat line.
Hot 6.
Allen on the right hip of Cunningham. With the audible. Andre Reed to the left. Joyner to the right. Cunningham waits. The pressure. And contested catch. Yes! Charlie Joyner did. He did keep control on the way down in a one-on-one with Atwater. Under a minute to go in the third quarter. Triplets on the left, real tight too. This play has not worked yet today for the Frenzy. We'll see if it does here.
Oh,
the heat is coming and it's swatted down. Swatted down, yeah. That tight three-bunch set not connected for the Frenzy. But I guess, Dan, in this case, this is where maybe you want to try out a few different looks, right?
It's not going to hurt.
Yeah. Right sideline, Jackie Smith. Hauls it down for 6 yards. 3rd and 4.
Check.
Matson the fullback, Allen the running back. Cunningham, end zone. Intercepted! Another interception! And it's Williams! It is Williams with the INT as the third quarter comes to a close. It will be Originals ball.
That's a big interception.
Yeah. Yep, that keeps you in a spot here, Dan, where you get a touchdown, you can start cutting in. Oh, and Brees. Well, that's probably the best thing that could have happened on that play because you had Culp and Reggie White in your face. Second and 10 from the 20. Brees out of shotgun. You have Lofton and Keyshawn to the left, Moore to the right. Going to that left, Eric Moulds makes a man miss. And I think he got to that first down marker. He did. Picked up 10. Well, nice game for Eric Moulds. Campbell moves to the left hip of Brees. Oh, that's a lot of pressure. And, oh, and Moulds! Moulds snared it! He snapped it! He's going to the 30! And he is brought down at the 25, nearly sacked. Drew Brees threw it to Moulds, and Dan, it looked like an interception, but Moulds sprinted back and was able to just absorb it into his gut and take off. Wow. Drew Brees got rid of it again. Yeesh. That D-line, man.
Yeah, it's really difficult to game plan against Reggie White.
And Curly Culp. And Merlin Olsen. Oh, my. Oh, boy. Oh, loose ball.
Drop
loose
the
ball.
ball.
Loose ball. It is Lanier gets credit with the sack as Frenzy just sent everybody. But Leon Gray, the left tackle of the Originals, was able to recover it. 3rd and 22. Frenzy not afraid to just send everybody down. We've seen it work quite a bit in this league. Now empty backfield, so no running back protection. Drew Brees under center. It's a wide set, and it's complete to Aaron Moulds. Now, didn't get enough back, of course, but it's able to collect 7. 4th and 15 from the 32. And yeah, if you're the Originals here, you might as well just go for it, right? Field goal is not doing you much. But you had the interesting point last week, Dan, where it's a case where, all right, you want the touchdowns, but if you're down, do you try to get the points to maybe play into some sort of tiebreaker if it comes to that at some point in the season?
Yeah, it's at this point.
Triple bunch on the left. Oof. Oh boy.
Yeah,
early call. Oof.
It gets really frustrating when you get down this far and just you can't move the ball yet, can't move the ball all day, but maybe you take a play out of the Frenzy playbook and start running some of their formations.
Yeah, start doing that, and with no running back protection, that might be something that the Originals want to look at down the road. To maybe go into that to leave Drew Brees unprotected on an obvious passing down. Another first down for the Frenzy. Cunningham. Ooh, he's double pressed, but got it away to Marcus Allen. Loss of 1, but you had Michael Dean Perry and Richard Dent in his grill. The Originals bringing up Lawyer Malloy quite a bit to get in on those tackles close to scrimmage. Got credit for bringing down Marcus Allen. 2nd and 11 at midfield. Pressure coming. Oh, that was nearly picked.
Picked it off.
Ooh. Urlacher. Little Butterfingers juggled it around and hit the turf.
Hot 6-6.
17-24. 3rd and 11 at the 50. Read on that left side, and the ball's loose. The ball is loose. Michael Dean Perry with the sack. It was recovered by Cunningham. Michael Dean Perry blowing through Jim Otto and getting to Cunningham. So now 4th and 17. Originals will get the ball back. Lee Johnson with the punt that will go into the end zone for a touchback.
Both teams are sitting at 3-3 before this game, and quite a disparity. As we're heading into the midway of the 4th quarter here, perhaps Frenzy did a little more game planning and saw some weaknesses in OG's offense, and maybe that's why they moved over Reggie White, and that's why he's getting in. Mason, here he comes again.
Whoa! Oh my! Oh, and that was a fumble.
Yeah.
Oh, Ed Sprinkle with the sack. Drew Brees was just decapitated there. My goodness. That was just that middle line. That must be what the plan was there, Dan. Overwhelm with Curly Culp and Reggie White. Forget the edge. Just collapse the pocket immediately. And the quarterback can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Empty backfield.
5 receivers.
3 wide. Yeah, 5 wide out. 3 on the right. Oh boy. Drew Brees, Reggie White with another sack. The minister of defense holding court. 3rd and 27. You're the Frenzy. You just want to create a little bit of room. Maybe try to do something on the tight end side with Vernon Davis. He has a touchdown for you today. See what they try. I would think, Dan, at this point, to avoid another safety, you just want to get the ball out of your hands as quickly as possible. The six-man set again. He's coming. Got it away. Incomplete. Couldn't find Herman Moore. And Ron Stark will punt from the very back of his end zone. Tremendous kick. The 39, Marcus Allen. Can he get to midfield? Not quite. 47-yard line is where the Frenzy will start this drive. So again, really good field position. Cunningham has thrown a couple of interceptions. Out of the eye. Cunningham, both of the running backs roll out, deciding for Reed. Will absorb that pass and got 7. So 2 and 3 now. Going back to that I formation. Cunningham. Waits, going deep over the middle. Open, Rondre Reed. And nice job by Brian Cox to come back. And the linebacker actually was the one who got his ankles. Otherwise, Reed would have been off for his 6th touchdown of the day. The Frenzy showing run, but still going to the pass. Cunningham again. Now incomplete. Sean Taylor with the swat. Second and 10. Sticking with the eye, Ollie Matson acting as the fullback. Marcus Allen behind him. Electing to throw! And off the edge, Richard Dent! Nice swim move past Ron Nix for the sack. Now 3rd and 17. Going back to Old Faithful. Formation has worked all day long, and Cunningham just plain old missed Andre Reed there. No pressure, just missed him. So Shane Graham will attempt the field goal. 50 is up. It's back and good. 44-yard field goal for Shane Graham, and it is 81-24 Frenzy with 9:12 to go in the 4th. And that's the thing, Dan. You said both teams at 500 coming into this one. Originals and Frenzy both had won a couple in a row, finding their groove. And we see these two teams going head-to-head. We're starting to see some more parity. There's still a couple of undefeated teams left, the Ambles and the Fury. Other than that, it's pretty close across the league. Finds Earl Campbell, who rolled out of the backfield. First time we've seen Earl Campbell used in that way today by the Frenzy, and I kind of like that play, or by the Originals. Similar to what they were doing with Ollie Matson. Spread formation. Breeze out of the shotgun. Looks. Right side, complete to Campbell again.
Wow.
And 2nd and 1. Yeah.
You know, it's interesting. You look and see the amount of running backs on these two rosters, and you've got someone like Marcus Allen who doesn't get the ball and has to be relegated to punt return.
That's right. Ooh, Drew Brees.
Reggie White again.
Reggie White. I have a hunch, Dan. Reggie White and Curly Culp will be making an appearance in the Top Performer Awards this week for the AFLL. Just a guess. Out of the shotgun, Drew Brees. Left sideline, quick pass to Eric Moles. You can catch those each week, every Tuesday, on the American Football Legends of social media, which you can get on Twitter at the AFLL and Instagram at the UFAFL. Make sure you give UFF Sports a follow on Twitch TV, guys. On Twitch, Ultimate Fantasy Sports, football, basketball, hockey, horse racing. Everything coming. Crypto talk as well. It's going to be a crypto show all on Twitch. So make sure you give us a follow there. Ultimate Fantasy Sports on Twitch. And Drew Brees is going to be twitchy after this game. He's going to be just seeing Reggie White in his dreams, Dan.
Yeah, he may want to unretire and go back and play real football.
Right.
Which is interesting.
I can't take it.
Two big pieces of news for the Legends League. Tom Brady, we thought was going to be entering into our league next year, decided to unretire. And Andrew Whitworth, a great offensive lineman, decided to retire. So probably going to be a big rush to try to pick up Andrew Whitworth on one of these teams next season.
Well, that's a great point, and we'll be expanding as well. So the value of the top-tier offensive line is key, and I'm sure, the price will be high for Whitworth. We'll have to see what his rating will be.
101.
101.
Yeah.
3rd and 10. As he'll move from the UFAFL into the AFLL. Of course, folks, hey, we're starting our college league as well, the Ultimate College Fantasy Football League, as Jackie Smith, another catch by Jackie Smith. And Dan, that's going to be...
Now, is that a team of legends or is that an active league?
So that's going to be the equivalent to our UFAFL, so our current college league.
Current players?
So the current college player, yeah. Franchises will start
interesting
at
wrinkle
$500.
is now that the interesting thing is now that athletes can capitalize off their image. We may see some college athletes come on to the UFFS platform as ambassadors.
Well, be smart. Be a smart thing to do. That auction's going to be April 26th to 29th, folks. Just $500 starting bid, 24 franchises, full starting rosters, offensive line you'll have to pick.
Go!
And it gives a chance for scouts as Drew Brees just ravaged again by Reggie White, and Curly Culp was in there too. This is where, Dan, for scouts on the platform, you can join as a scout, pick your player, and get revenue from the fantasy points your college player earns on this new college fantasy football league. So you can earn before they get to the NFL.
Very cool wrinkle. Very cool.
Yeah. Gonna be a lot of fun. The UCFFL Ultimate College Fantasy Football League final day in Las Vegas. You don't have to be in Vegas, but we'd love to have you at the Skirta for our NFL Draft Money Package. If you want to learn about that, leave us in the comment section.
Division II Legends. Yeah. Just waiting for a Division II Legends League so I can finally get my player on this platform.
You can be depth. You can be a depth player, Dan.
Me and Andre Reed will be the stars. Yeah.
Right. Well, how did Dan get a 99 rating? Eric Molds, Dan 2, 4th and 14. And the Originals, they're going to go for it, and at this point, why the heck not?
Hike.
Both running backs on the hip. Drew Brees with a stutter step. Oh, he got it away, but a little shoulder shimmy by Drew Brees to escape it with that footwork, but it'll be a turnover on downs, and the Frenzy will get the ball back. They'll go out of the eye, Matt's in the lead. They'll go into the air. And that will be, that ball bouncing around. Incomplete.
Yeah, that's interesting. They went with a different formation that time. It looked like a single back, almost a goal line offense there.
Under 5 minutes to go, 81-24. Frenzy trying for a stop. Jackie Smith, always keep an eye on him. He's on the left, Andre Reed. On the slot on the right, and Cunningham cannot escape. Richard Dent with another sack for the Originals.
Frenzy's waiting no time to get back up the line. They're looking to run this score up.
They're looking for Pat. That's the Pat. End zone, one-on-one, incomplete. Lawyer Malloy was able to get that ball down and out of play. Shane Graham going for a long field goal. Around 54. Kick is up, it's high, it's back, it's good. 53-yard field goal for Shane Graham. 84-24, Frenzy. And that ball will be out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now, if you're the Originals here, Dan, are you trying anything new, seeing if anything else worked, just sampling here, knowing that the game is out of reach?
If I'm the coach, I'm just pressing buttons at this moment. It's this far.
Every play can be a learning tool.
Yeah, you're just hoping something works. You don't know what to dial up, but at the very least, I'm keeping all my running backs in and just trying to throw some balls downfield.
Whoa, open look. Oh, no. Oh, Herman Moore. Herman Moore was looking end zone, took his eye off the ball, and it sailed through his hands. That's a rough one. He might have gone for 6 there. Out of the shotgun again, both running backs get out, and Drew Brees got the ball away, and Herman Moore makes up for it. Got in on Johnny Robinson. And that 50-50 ball, Moore came down with it. Drew Brees, he's been sacked a ton today, but that footwork is still sharp. He was able to escape that time. Ball for 48 for the first down. And Drew Brees, maybe with some pass protection. Line holds. Double coverage. Going back to Herman Moore, and the crowd is letting them hear it now. The OGB faithful. The Bluebirds coming out.
Forced that one downfield a little bit. It looked like the running back on the right side in the flat that was open, but Brees is obviously trying to pick up some bigger chunks, and that running back out is really not going to get you there.
2nd and 10 from their own 48. Again, sticking with that 3 receivers set, 2 on the right, double running back. Pressure coming. Brees got it away. 1-on-1, and it is incomplete. Jimmy Johnson with the nice pass breakup to bring up 3rd down. Same look. Pressure, Brees. Shuffles to the left. Complete to Priest Holmes. His first action of the game. As far as receiving set, he's been in the backfield all day, but Priest Holmes with a catch. 4th down, though. They are in frenzy territory. What would you do, Dan? If you were in field goal, this would be a long field goal, but would you get a field goal or keep trying for touchdowns just to change the score a little bit? Oh. Whoa! Brees got it away, and complete Eric Moulds. Well, right play call there. Eric Moulds went right down into the red zone now at the 11. Brees to Moulds. 1-on-1. Beat Johnson. Going to the sidelines. Complete to Eric Moulds again. So Moulds with back-to-back receptions. 2nd and 6.
Yeah, to answer your earlier question, I probably would go for a field goal just to make the score look not as terrible at that point.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, the originals going for Pater.
Yeah.
Holmes on the right. Campbell on the left. Oh, and Brees did not escape that time. Reggie White with the gator roll tackle. Ooh. Reggie White, what a monster day. Him and Curly Culp. Oh, the heat's coming again. Another sack, pushing them back. 4th and 25. What looked like you had the ball at the 7 at one point, and that defense is just sending everybody there.
Yeah, I just go for the field goal this time.
Let's see. No. Brees says no way.
2-minute warning. No.
Yeah, 2-minute warning. And we'll see if Drew Brees, he's had a couple of really nice lob passes where his team ran underneath it. Oh, Brees with the shovel. He got the move. Oh, not enough, though. Not enough, but a good chunk gain. Drew Brees is not going to get sacked to the turf again, but it is frenzy ball, $1:56 to go.
I mean, we could just kneel on it 4 times here.
North.
Call it a day.
Check.
Looks like he's going
Let's
for
see
it,
what they
though.
do.
Hike.
Two receivers left. Ollie Matson rolls out to the left in the sideline. Matson got it. Matson to the 40. And Ollie Matson, as that check down option, has worked out really well for the Frenzy. Reminder, folks, next week, Week 8 game of the week. Oh, I can't wait for this one. EOD Demo Gods versus the Time Bandits. That is going to be a thriller. 8 o'clock Eastern kickoff right here on AFLL.live. Frenzy using up the clock as the play clock is winding down to 10 seconds. See if they try to run it a little bit to put some of those rushing stats. Nope. Cunningham going to the air. Right over the middle to Joyner. Joyner out of the slot with the slant. Picks up the first down.
Eagle. Mississippi.
Less than a minute to play. Remember, folks, you want to join us in Las Vegas at the Circa for the NFL Draft Party. You want more info? Email me, Andy at UFF Sports. Leave a comment section below. We'll hit you up as well if you want to go that way. Very limited tickets available where you'll get to be at Stadium Swim, watch the draft on the big screen, VIP experience, incomplete by Cunningham. Then at the Legacy Club, up top at the overview of Vegas, drinks, food, and VIP party access in Vegas for the draft. Nothing quite like it. 31 seconds to go. Flag on the play. Cunningham, there's some heat. It's over the middle. Another slant to Joyner. Just on that left side. But it's a call on against the defense on Young. So that brings up a first down for the Frenzy. 26 seconds left. Looks like they want another touchdown. And again to Joyner. Dan, that's just textbook. It's a simple slant, backyard football. Slant, middle, catch, get tackled.
Let's see if they try to get a touchdown here. Run the score up. 91. Yeah, they should go for 92. Get the 2-point conversion just because Reggie White was the reason they won this game. So let's get a touchdown here. 2-point conversion will be 92-24.
Him and Curly Culp on that D-line. Absolute hellraisers. 1 second left.
That's the game.
And that's the ball game. 11 sacks for Reggie White. And you saw Randall Cunningham, by far his best statistical and just overall game of this season for the Frenzy, as the Frenzy take down the Originals there. Andy McNamara alongside Dan Esposito. Dan, it was a bit of a close game in that second quarter, and then the Frenzy just pulled away.
Yeah, it's just too much Merlin Olsen, too much Reggie White, too much Randall Cunningham to the tight end. I mean, it's those four players really made a massive difference in the outcome of today's game, and OGs just couldn't do anything to counter it.
Yeah, Andre Reed, 5 touchdowns. Jackie Smith, 4 touchdowns. Ollie Matson.
Wow, Reed had 5. I didn't know that. Wow. Yeah.
Yep. He got 5. Matson hustled out there, and you had Charlie join. It was really a coming out party, I think, for this Frenzy offense, because we knew the defense was there. We've seen Reggie White, Curly Culp get defensive honors, but for the offense and Randall Cunningham, they have found a pattern that they like. We'll have to see if that carries forward to Week 8 and beyond.
Yeah, I mean, the teams were 3-3 coming in, so maybe it was just an off game for the OGs this week. Maybe Reggie White ate his Wheaties this morning and had just a monster game, and they'll come back, and it could be different next time these two teams meet.
It could be. And for the Frenzy, or for the Originals, rather, you said it. They got back to 500. They were looking good. And this is, even the great teams have a blip, right? They have a game, didn't go their way, but still a lot of talent there. Vernon Davis has been a stud. There's great pieces on defense. So where the Frenzy go from here will be interesting, but also how we see the Originals counter back and what they learn from this game, because there are takeaways from the defeat here, certainly.
Right. I mean, it's, once again, I think we've got enough film so far. I haven't been utilizing it myself as much as I should. I've been really just focusing on my side of the ball, but I think I need to start looking at what the team I'm playing has been doing against the teams that they've been successful against, and maybe shifting around some of my linemen. My team gets a lot of sacks. It looks like the OGs had a lot of sacks today. Maybe if I switch up, move around some of my better skilled offensive linemen to match up against the defensive linemen, that could be something going forward that could be a key to some of the victories.
It could be, and that's what it's all about. It's about coaching. It's about watching, learning, adapting, and that'll do it. A fun game of the week for sure as the Frenzy take down the Originals. Reminder, folks, next week, our Week 8 matchup, the EOD Demo Gods versus the Time Bandits. Same time, same channel here. Dan, final thoughts as we say goodbye.
Go get some score coin.
SCO, let's
baby.
go.
SCO.
Let's
get
go.
some score
All
coin
right.
and get yourself a franchise as well.
Hey,
you're not going to
again,
have this
college
much fun
football
anywhere else.
No,
Yeah.
it's true. Franchise is always for sale. The College Fantasy Football League coming up at the end of April. So lots of opportunity for you, the viewer, to get involved on the scouting side as well. So hit us up in the comment section. You have questions, you want to get involved, Telegram groups, Twitter, all that fun stuff. But that'll do it for the IKS crew. For Dan Esposito, I'm Andy McNamara. You've been watching the American Football Legends League Game of the Week.